Yo, what's going on, guys? It's me, Jedi. Today we're going to be looking at the top 10 worst pandemics in history. Let's get into it. Alright, at number 10, we have all like the weird flu pandemic things, like, you know, the one from 1910 to like 1918, the one from like 1990, all that stuff. We're going to throw all the flu pandemics together and we're going to put it together and we're going to say at number 10, we have the flu pandemic. So the flu, we all know the flu now, but back then when they didn't have the medicines for flu, it was like a lot worse. And a lot of people died. So it was like around the millions back then. So the flu pandemic was definitely like a huge mark in our history of something where our ancestors couldn't figure out how to like defeat it, so we lost a lot of people. But now, you know, we have all these easy medicines, a flu shot and everything, so let's be grateful. Next up, we have the sixth cholera pandemic. So this was pretty big, but it wasn't as big as like the other ones that followed. But then this one killed about 800,000 people. So same thing here, they didn't like have a vaccine for it, and it was super like hard to deal with. So we lost a lot of lives in that. And the sixth cholera, even though it wasn't as big as the ones that followed, it was still a great mark in our history. Next on number 8, we have the third cholera pandemic. Trust me, guys, this is the last of the whole cholera pandemic. I'm not gonna go through all 6 of them and make that take up like half the list. So this is the last one, and this is probably like the most deadliest one of all of them. And this one killed between like, this is also in the millions, so it killed like millions and millions of people. I think it was like 1 million people. So the third cholera was definitely one of the worst choleras, and I'm sure it is the most deadliest one. So that's the one where we struggled the most with the rest of the choleras. We were like able to kind of figure it out. The third cholera, just for some reason in the middle, just completely took out a lot of our people. All right, now we're gonna go into like the more recent ones. By more recent, I don't mean that recent. So in the 1950s, we had the Asian flu, and the Asian flu took out like it also took out like millions and millions of people. I think it took out 2 million people. So the Asian flu was pretty big, and it's also known as like there are different names for it, but it was a really big one, and like the name suggests, it did originate from Asia, so it did kill a lot of people there. But it was like a worldwide thing, and everybody was kind of afraid of the Asian flu, and we're kind of glad that it all settled down now. All right, we're gonna go to the top 3 now, and the third one is the plague of Justinian. This was like in the ADs, I think it was like 300 AD or something, so it's kind of old, but it killed like 50 million people or 25 million people. So it was kind of it was a huge set point. That's when we started the whole like flu thing, and that's when we started getting pandemics that went throughout our history. So plague of Justinian was pretty big, and it was one of the more important ones. The top 2, we have at number 2, we have the 1300s plague, which was like the Black Death, and this one killed like 25, or this one had like I think 100 million people. So this was definitely pretty big, and this one was like a huge set point in our history, because this is when we knew that we couldn't really control the bubonic plagues anymore. So the people who died here, that pretty much was like the end of an era, and we just started a new one after that, because the Black Death was just super like unstoppable. So this is like one of the biggest plagues that we've ever faced in our history. All right, the one you guys have all been waiting for, number 1. Let's see if you guys can go guess this in the comment section below. If you guess the coronavirus, yes, you're right. So the reason the coronavirus, the coronavirus is pretty big, because we're taking steps that we've never taken before, and at least in our lifetimes, like me, you know, 2,000 kids. So this is really big. So the coronavirus is definitely like a huge set point, and like the whole social distancing thing and stuff. They're projecting that like half of the American population is gonna get it, or half of the world population is gonna get it. So that's why this is really deadly. And this started in December 2019. So this started back in December. It wasn't like a new. Some people think this started like last month or something, but no, we had this from December 2019, and this is definitely one of the biggest ones. And people are projecting this one to be the biggest one of like history of all time. Like I was hearing my social studies teacher saying stuff like, "Oh, this is gonna like start a new chapter in history and stuff." So this is definitely going to be big, so that's why you guys should be social distancing. I know I said that a lot on this channel, but yeah, make sure you guys do that. And also make sure you guys
like the video, share the video, and subscribe.
Yeah, make sure you guys do that. If you do that, magic will happen. So make sure you guys do that. And also follow me on Instagram. Other than that, I'll see you guys tomorrow.